the president of the International People's Democratic Uhuru Movement, and a 2011 mayoral candidate. Uhuru Movement, for anyone who is unfamiliar with their work, advocates tirelessly to advance the interests of the long-suffering and economically deprived Latino and African American communities in Philadelphia and beyond. Recently, Diop has been involved in openly and publicly challenging Nutter's Jim Crow curfew targeted at African American children and African children and their parents. Please welcome local political leader, activist, and mayoral candidate Diop Olugbala.
Uhuru. Occupy Philly, what's going on? How y'all feeling? All right, Philly against war, what's going on? My name is, the introducer said, my name is Wali, Diop Olugbala, and I'm running for mayor of Philadelphia as the only independent candidate on the ballot. But more than that, I want to be clear that I'm also the only anti-war candidate on the ballot. I'm the only anti-imperialist candidate on the ballot. And that's something important to say because that's why we're here right now, right? We are opposed to war, correct? We're opposed to imperialism, correct? Yes. We're opposed to oppression, correct? Hell yeah. We're opposed to exploitation, correct? Yeah. Well, there's no greater form of oppression, of exploitation, of war that we'll find in this city than that which is being waged against the Black and Latino community right here by the city of Philadelphia. We can't ignore that reality. When we talk about war, it's not just the U.S. government sending bombs and soldiers to places like Afghanistan and Libya and throughout the oppressed world, but there's a war being waged against the black community right here in the form of a public policy of police containment. This war manifests itself in the form of, as she said, the curfew, which at one point was spending over $56,000 per weekend of our money on the targeting of black and Latino youth in the city of Philadelphia, but meanwhile they claim they can't find the money to keep the schools open. So these are real serious questions that we have to pick up and answer and address. And when we talk about the 1%, there's no force that is in greater allegiance with the 1% than those who are in City Hall right now, who deny the people access to our own resources for economic development, who deny the people access to control of our own communities. And so my campaign, I'm calling for one, economic development for all our communities, but not for one at the expense of another. I'm calling for community control of police as well as education. I'm calling for these things because they are needed right now. And so this campaign, through this campaign, we will take the over $1 billion that is being currently spent on police, prisons, and courts and use that for genuine economic development. We will raise more resources for economic development through taxing the major corporations. For too long, this city has punished the people to rescue itself from the budget crisis and the economic crisis. It's time to tax the major corporations and make them resolve the crisis that they are suffering. Because the masses of the people are suffering the crisis because we are being forced to resolve their crisis. So I call on you to vote for Wali Diop Rahman on November 8th. My name is on the ballot. We have fought fiercely for that right. And I want to also call on everybody here to participate in the very important mobilization that is going to happen on November 5th. There are flyers going around right now. This mobilization is called Stop the Wars and Build the Resistance. We say that it's not only enough to be opposed to the war on the black community and oppressed people around the world, but we must also call for self-determination for oppressed peoples who are suffering at the hands of these wars by the U.S. government. We say stop the wars, but we also say victory to oppressed people around the world. We say victory to the people of Afghanistan. We say victory to the people of Iraq. We say victory to the people people of Palestine. We say victory and self-determination to the historically oppressed Black and Latino community that suffers at the hands of the war of the city of Philadelphia against their right here in Philly. So this march will occur on November 5th, and we're calling for principled solidarity with this mobilization by all of you who are present today. So at this time, I want to introduce to you another important activist in the work that we're doing to organize for November 5th, Harris Daniels, who is also a member of the Uhuru Solidarity Movement and African People's Solidarity Committee.
Uhuru! Let's hear it for Wali, Diop Rahman, your next mayor of Philadelphia.